Shopping and cooking for a plant-based lifestyle can seem very daunting, but now there are more options than ever. So whether you are sticking to the produce section with your fruits and vegetables, going for beans and grains, there's also a lot of wonderful items like our new bowl and basket plant-based grounds, or maybe you're throwing a plant-based burger on the grill. Whatever you decide, I have 2 tips to make sure your plant-based cooking is at its best. Your produce is only going to be as good as your cooking technique and your seasoning. So make sure you are using a lot of delicious spices and fresh herbs, and make sure you are cooking in a way to get the most out of your produce. I'm going to show you how. So let's make some grilled romaine hearts with sun-dried tomato lemon vinaigrette. When it comes to produce, again, we want to do what we can to really amplify its flavor. So I love this salad because we are grilling most of the aspects and we are grilling the vegetables, which is really gonna bring some unique flavors to something that probably doesn't get a lot of credit for being the most flavorful thing. So we are gonna start with our lettuce. So what you want to make sure you do is you don't wanna cut it in the middle of one of the ribs because then it's gonna start to fall apart. The goal here is we want a nice flat grilling surface, which we have right here. So you see you have those inner ribs that are making a nice flat surface that are gonna go right onto the grill. So we're gonna add some nice zucchini, and we're just gonna try to cut it into planks. We don't have to be perfect, and then we're gonna cut our lemon in half. This is gonna be more of a garnish, but again, grilling it is just gonna give it some extra flavor. And now all we need is to brush it with a little bit of olive oil, and we're gonna do a little bit of salt and pepper. It's gonna help to give it a little bit of a crust. Okay, so I'm going to start with my lemons first because they can withstand the longest amount of time on the grill. And then we'll go in with our zucchini. And then the lettuce is just gonna take about a minute to get that nice grill. We don't wanna leave it on too long because then it'll get too soft and nobody likes a soggy salad. All right, so let's plate this up. If you really don't want to make your own dressing, that's fine. You could take a lemon vinaigrette and put a little sun-dried tomato paste in it. That'll work really well. Or just get your favorite dressing. And voila, you have a grilled romaine hearts with sun-dried tomato lemon vinaigrette. Now let's make a Mediterranean veggie burger. So one of the things you want to remember when you are making homemade veggie burgers is that you want them to not be dry, which is why we are starting with some cooked vegetables. So cooking the vegetables instead of putting them in raw is going to lend more flavor. We've caramelized the onions, we've cooked down the spinach, which is gonna add some moisture, and then we have some garlic in there. So the next thing is kind of choosing that protein that you're going to use, and I find that a combination of beans and grains not only gives you a wonderful texture, but the grains add nuttiness while your beans are really adding that protein and also acting as a bit of a binder. You're just gonna drain them, rinse them, and then we're just mashing them. You don't need to get them all mashed because you do want some texture in that burger. Now we're gonna add some flavor and some binder. For our flavor, we have some sun-dried tomato paste in there. Again, kind of playing up that Mediterranean flavor. Half a cup of panko breadcrumbs. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of flaxseed meal, and that is acting as our egg substitute. When you utilize flaxseed with some moisture, it creates a bit of a gel, and that's gonna help to bind this together. And then we have about a half a cup of vegan mayonnaise. Right now I'm spreading out that sun-dried tomato and the mayonnaise to make sure it is coating all of my other yummy ingredients. And let's see where we're at as we try to form it. So we want to see if it sticks together, and if it does, we don't need to add any more panko breadcrumbs, and that's our test for making sure we don't make it too dry. There you go, sticking together, so we're good. We don't need to add the rest of our panko breadcrumbs. And getting comfortable when you're cooking something from scratch is all about that kind of eyeballing, seeing how things come together. If for some reason this wasn't coming together, we could just put it back in here, add our panko breadcrumbs, and form it again. Now I have some great news. If you don't want to make your veggie burgers from scratch, whether you're short on time or still trying to gain that confidence in the kitchen, we've got you covered. We have these delicious bowl and basket plant-based burger patties. You'll never know the difference. And we have these delicious California Wholesome Pantry veggie burgers, which are loaded with those good for you greens and produce. So if you don't want to make it yourself, you have plenty of choices available in the aisles of ShopRite. So if you want a really fresh snack or even a better for you dessert, this grilled fruit salad is perfect. Grilling fruit really brings out the sugars because you are caramelizing right on the grill top, and it's really going to just give it that summer flavor and capitalize on seasonal fruit. So what you want to do is leave the berries off the grill because they don't have the best surface area to get on there. But things like melon, we have honeydew, cantaloupe, and our pineapple here are going to be perfect for the grill because they have that nice flat surface to get those char marks on there. Now, there are certain things I love to do in the kitchen and there are certain things I don't. And one thing I'm not the biggest fan of is cutting up pineapple. So I'm very happy that they have the already cored pineapple at ShopRite so that I can cut these into rings for my salad and I don't have to deal with cutting the pineapple. So what we're gonna do is just have some nice, even cuts, somewhat even. We can't be good at everything. We have our nice little rings with, again, our flat surface area that is going to go on the grill. And we don't have to add anything else because all of those delicious sugars that make a pineapple good already are going to get even better, even more caramelized when we put them on the grill top. We're just going to put our pineapple rings right on top of the grill. So what a great way to take a side dish or a dessert that maybe people aren't as jazzed about and make it into something really special by getting that char flavor. After a couple of minutes on each side, you should have these nice caramelization marks. And you want the heat up high, you want that flame really hitting the pineapple so that you can get that beautiful browning, which is going to give you that really sweet flavor and bring out all of those sugars.